After 4 months of shooting, the filming for Denis Villeneuve's adaptation of Dune by Frank Herbert completed on July 20th. If we look at the confirmed cast, we can somewhat get a picture of what will be in the film since Book 1 is being split into 2 movies. We also now have a bit more information on the people that will be working on the upcoming TV show, Dune the Sisterhood. Since the roles of Chani, Jamis, and Hera have been cast for Dune, which will premiere sometime in November of 2020, it seems likely that we will have a significant introduction to the Fremen culture in the first film. In Book 1 of Dune, Paul Atreides, who is being portrayed by Timothée Chalamet in the film, ends up in a duel with the character Jamis. I won't spoil the details of what happens, but Jamis is married to the character Hera. During Paul's encounter with these characters, we learn crucial information about the nature of Fremen law. These scenes will likely be close to the end of the movie since they occur at a bit past the halfway point in the original Dune book. Also, the roles of several Sardaukar soldiers have been cast. The Sardaukar are the Imperial soldiers of Shaddam IV, who rules the galaxy at the start of the Dune series. The Sardaukar eventually come into conflict with the Atreides forces, and a battle ensues. Considering how many soldiers have been named on the Dune 2020 IMDb page, it looks as though we are in store for a pretty big action sequence. In the novel, the action tends to take a back seat to the philosophy, but the medium of film lends itself much better to action, and Dune 2020 has an opportunity to give us an epic, climactic scene. And one last thing about the Dune 2020 casting. Stephen McKinley Henderson has also been cast, but information about what character he will be playing has not yet been released. Since we haven't seen the casting for Thufir Hawat yet, my guess is that he will be filling that role. As you all may very well know, I'm very excited about this project. I am a huge fan of director Denis Villeneuve. I have seen all of his films at this point. He is, in my opinion, the best science fiction director working right now. Everyone involved in this project seems extremely passionate about it. Hans Zimmer, who is doing the score, turned down Christopher Nolan's movie Tenet because he just couldn't say no to Dune. The Dune series has inspired so much of the science fiction that has come after it, and I can't wait to see it adapted with modern technology and brilliant directing. We also have more news on Dune the Sisterhood, the new show set in the Dune universe which will revolve around the witches of the Bene Gesserit, a matriarchal order that pulls the strings of the Imperium. Brian Herbert, son of the original Dune author Frank Herbert, and Kevin J. Anderson are producers and consultants on the show. They have assembled a team of mostly unknown writers, but there are a few that stand out, most notably John Spates, who worked on Prometheus, Doctor Strange, and Passengers, and also helped with the screenplay for Dune 2020. Also Sarah Carboner and Erica Rosbe, who have both worked on Rick and Morty. There is also Jordan Harper, who has written some episodes of the show Gotham. Now I know that some of you take issue with anything to do with Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, so if you are unwilling to give it a try just on that basis, I get it, and perhaps you will enjoy the Denis Villeneuve films. Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson being involved is not an issue for me. There is another person involved with the show that gives me pause, however, and that person is Reza Aslan. Reza Aslan has been called out by many actual historians for embellishing and even flat out lying about his credentials. He has claimed to have a PhD in history of religions when the only PhD he actually has is in sociology. He has also been exposed as someone that is willing to engage in dishonest tactics like taking his opponents out of context in order to defame them. Progressive talk show host David Pakman did an excellent video exposing Reza Aslan, which I will link in the description. Now, Aslan does have a Master of Fine Arts in Fiction and a Master of Theological Studies, so he has credentials. He's just not honest about which ones. To be clear, Aslan is not and has never been a historian. Now, this video is not a takedown of the guy, but I just find it a bit worrisome that this project is associated with someone who is an exposed liar. Regardless of what I think about Aslan personally, I wish this project nothing but the best, and I am excited for the airing of the pilot. Dune the Sisterhood will premiere on Warner Media's streaming service with Denis Villeneuve as director. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and if you enjoy my content, consider checking out the Patreon link in the description.